Hold on to your trading seat, folks, because today's daily watch list for September 27th is about to take you on a ride. We're not just talking about any stocks, though. I've handpicked a selection. They could launch your gains to the stratosphere, and trust me, the excitement starts from the first second of this video. So before you even think about clicking away, get ready to embark on this trading adventure with me. And by the end of this video, hopefully you'll be armed with the knowledge to seize the sky-high rocket gains that we all hope to see. Now let's jump right in and uncover these explosive gains, stock picks together. So, as we look at this list, ladies and gentlemen, you see this screen, that is TradingView. If you don't have something like this, you are going to need something like this. What I've done, I put a link down in the description. That link gets you a free 30-day trial to the sub-based services of TradingView. Then if you decide to actually use those sub-based services, you get up to $30 off of that subscription. So make sure at some point, hopefully at the end of this video, you take advantage of that free offer. Let's get started on this list. So we're going to start off with Macy's. Macy's has a 2-up that finished red. And so a 2-up candle breaks the high only of the previous candle. So we call that a 2-up, but it finished red, meaning the sellers took it back throughout the day. And when we look at this, we have what's called a shooter candle, an actionable signal, one of the 3 actionable signals when we talk about the strat. So this is a shooter candle. It's a bearish pattern. So when I look at this, I'm looking for a downtrend off of this. So my trigger is this yellow line at 1083. And I very simply, because ladies and gentlemen, when you simplify trading, trading becomes simplified. And that's the easiest way I can put this strategy. It is easy as 1, 2, 3. It is by far the simplest way of trading that you guys will come across. So this is our trigger at 1083, and we just look for a first target here at 1071. The next target would just be the low of the next preceding wick. We move on to Uber. Uber, exact same setup. 2-up, finish red, shooter candle. I'm going to remove that top one. Or sorry, it was an outside bar. My bad. So let's go back to that. I'll put that candle back. My trading just didn't load. So a 1-3 setup. So this is what we call a nirvana. Rich from Trading Wars has coined that phrase, the 1-3 setup. So if we go back in time and look at the last time we had a 1-3, it doesn't always work out. Okay, and that's all probability, and that's all trading is based off of probability. So this one didn't work out. You would have had a loss. You would have had to have had a stop loss there. If we go back and find the last 1-3, and again, they're super rare. They don't happen very often. So for us to go back and find this, I don't even know if I will find one. There's a 3-1. Inside bars all over the place. So I can't even go back far enough to find anything where we have a 1-3 setup other than the one where we just looked at. That's how very rare they are. Another 3-1. Here's a 1-3. Okay, and so we triggered. We didn't quite hit targets, but we ended up actually hitting the target on the 3rd day. But this is the what we're looking for. We're looking for the trigger of this outside bar to either side. So that was all the way back in April of 2022. So we go back here, same thing, 1-3 setup. We're looking for a trigger on either side of that outside bar. So 45.39 for calls or 44.05 for puts. And your targets are just the high or the low of the preceding wicks. We move on to CVS. So CVS has that 3-1 setup. So these outside bars, inside bars, they're colored with the indicator that I created for you. The gold highlight is there to show you the 3-1 setup. That's part of my indicator. The candlestick numbers, the time frame continuity, all part of my indicator. The link for that is in the description below. It also comes with a Griswold Gold membership. So here's the last time we had the 3-1 setup. Outside bar, inside bar. Really rare pattern. And you can see the kind of muscle, the kind of projection that we get off of those 3-1 setups for these big runs. So that's essentially what we're looking for off of CVS. That big 3-1 setup where that inside bar is acting like a spring being compacted, compressed, loaded, and we're looking for it to really not bounce but jump off of either side as soon as it opens. Okay, so we move on to AMD. AMD, there's that 2-up red, not quite a shooter candle, but we can look for puts here at 95.27. BA, 2-up red. You notice the time frame continuity pointing to the downside for the majority. So time frame continuity, if you don't know, you need to research this. I have a video. It'll be at the end of this video. It'll teach you all about time frame continuity and exactly how it works and why it is such a key cog in what we do. So puts here at 195.42. BAC, I'm actually going to take off of this list. And we move to CCL instead. So let's look at CCL. There we go. CCL with the inside bar and a shooter candle. So we can look for the breaks on either side of this inside bar for CCL. So we can look at calls at $13.97 or we can look for puts at $13.65. The shooter candle is a bearish pattern. It is green, so it's a little bit less probable, but this can still break to either side, so you can look for that tomorrow. We look at eBay. eBay has that 2-up finished red shooter candle, so we're going to look for eBay to trend down, and we've already broken 2 down on the week. That's my weekly trigger for the inside bar on the week. You can go check that weekly chart. It's exactly what we've got there. Sorry, it was an outside bar, but it broke to the downside. So we're going to see if we can get a continuation back to the downside and re-break that, that initial inside bar trigger or the outside bar trigger for the week. JP Morgan, inside bar, close to a shooter candle. We are 2 down on the week. We are 2 down on the month. So let's see if we can continue down there as well with puts at 144.23. Calls still possible at 145.84. We go on to Meta. That's Facebook. Inside bar again. We look for those big explosions. We go back to look for the last inside bar. That's what we got. The last inside bar, this is what we got. The inside bar before that, we ran up and then reversed. Okay, inside bar before that, nice run up right here. Okay, but it's still reversed, so you got to make sure you're taking your profits. This channel is all about showing you guys how to enter, how to exit, how to manage. There's hundreds of videos in here for you guys to learn this strategy, and if you need extra help, I've got a membership, okay? The Discord is free to join, absolutely free. The link is in the description below. Join it for free. There's a ton of free rooms in there, but there is a paid portion that gives you guys one-on-ones. It gives you a 1-hour strat course. It gives you live trading bots. It gives you the top 5s from these lists every single day. Okay, let's move on to Walmart. We're a little slow here. There we go. Walmart, 2-up red on Walmart, so we can look for puts on Walmart at 162.35, the first target marked out there for you guys. From there, we go to CL. So CL with the inside bar, and this is pretty close to a shooter candle. We've got really, really nice time frame continuity here. So puts are more probable at 71.91, but we can still look for these calls at 72.42. We move on to Airbnb, 3-1 setup. So let's go back in time and let's look for the last time we had that gold highlight. There it is. Okay, and we triggered and we hit targets. If we go back and look at one more, because that's what we're looking for. Every trade is based off of probability. So if we go back and look at one more, here we trended up for 1, 2, 3 days. We didn't get it on the first day. We got a better run on the second day and the gap up on the third day. So that's the kind of setups that we look for off of those 3-1 setups, those 3-1 triggers. So that is the setup for Airbnb. We move on to CVX. CVX with the inside bar. So we can look for calls here at 168.41. Puts at 166.98. DraftKings, 2-up red. We'll look for puts here at 27.81. Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company, ticker symbol F. We have that inside bar again. So calls at 12.66. Puts at 12.37. If you guys have questions, you can leave them in the comment section. Make sure you're giving me a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe and hit the bell. The bell sends out notifications for when these videos are actually live on YouTube or come out on YouTube. I'm on Twitter at Mr. Clark Griswold. You can ask me questions there. You can do the same thing in the Discord. We move on to Moderna, inside bar shooter candle. So puts at 97.89, calls at 99.62. Nvidia, big shooter candle, puts at 416.55. That's what the actionable signal is that we talked about earlier. Inside bars are also actionable signals. And that's a list, guys. So I'm probably going to put out another video on the SPY 155. So SPY 55 is exactly how I trade every single day. I set my triggers and my targets on the 15 and I manage on the 5. And that's kind of just how I came up with the SPY 155. But we trade with time frame continuity. So the first opportunity was here. We had a 2-up that finished red. We traded down with time frame continuity and we had this big win. That was anywhere from 20% to 80%, depending on when you took your stop loss. Okay? Then you could have taken this one off of this outside bar. Not something I normally take because of that outside bar, but it was with time frame continuity. You had a really, really nice run there. And then I think that's probably all we had for the day. You might have, if you're still trading this late in the day, I'm not. But we had a 2-up red, and then you had another run down where you could have made some profit. But this first trade is all you would have needed, guys. This first trade right here. So I'm going to go through another video on the SPY 155. So look for that. I do have a playlist already with a bunch of SPY 155 videos. That's also at the end of this video coming up right now. So make sure you guys check out that playlist to learn this super easy, profitable strategy. Good luck trading tomorrow, guys. I wish you nothing but the best, and we will see everyone on the next one. Bye-bye.